All right, everybody. Sorry about the little break I had taken this last couple of weeks. It has been so crazy at work, I haven't even had time to ride my bike. So, this whole last week, I've literally not ridden my bike at all. So, I decided yesterday that I'm going to jump into MyWhoosh Race/Ride. And as we check this one out, I'm just signing in here. And you got to have a heart rate monitor. I don't care what level you're racing, you got to do it just for your own progress, for your own statistics. Always, no matter what, get yourself a heart rate monitor. That way you can know, because perception is always so different about how much effort you're putting in and how much effort that you're actually really putting in. So we just saw this MyWhoosh quick fire sprint session. I'm like, I didn't want to wait an hour and 11 minutes to do a ride, so I just jumped into this bad boy here. What better thing to do than after a week off the bike is jump into full-on sprints. So if you look at down here, this was supposed to be everybody stays together, all kumbaya until the sprint, and you go crazy, and then you all come back together, and then you all go crazy again on the sprints. It's typical. I have no idea where the sprints are, how long they're going to be, because in the description down here, it says all the sprints will be between 100 and 400 meters. Big difference between a 100 and a 400 meter sprint. As I progress through this ride, I'll show you how I actually learned how far the next sprint is going to be. So yeah, I was expecting kind of a casual ride with a few big efforts in my brain. So right now I'm actually needing to download this map for the MyWhoosh world. So I will fast forward past this part, and then we will get to the nuts and bolts and the meat of this super fun ride. All right, so normally I just tap to skip immediately, but I was intrigued by this world because we are literally on ice. So I'm like, we're gonna be like skidding around over here. So yeah, super cool. The more I ride the MyWhoosh, the more I like it, because it really seems like it puts me in a level of riders that there are definitely a few that are stronger than me, and then there's definitely a couple that are like my same level, and then there's actually quite a few weaker riders. So it makes me feel warm and fuzzy every time I come into one of these races that I could possibly do well. I always know in the races that there was a chance, even a 1 in a million chance, I always raced better than if I was doing like a straight hill climb, like a Mount Washington or something crazy like that, where you know the climbers are just going to disappear and you have no hope at all. Those are the toughest races mentally for me to go, or even like doing the Green Mountain stage race where you've ended at the top of the Appalachian Gap. I know it doesn't matter how much I raced, how fit I was, it's always going to get dropped by at least a few riders on that last climb. And that's if I even made it to the App Gap. That race was so hard. So here we go. Look at this, man. We are in ice world. How fun is this? Must have some spikes on our tires in this little guy here. So as we're racing here, I'm learning in MyWhoosh down here on the bottom. See, Arctic Sprint sprint starts in 300 meters. And here we go. We are into sprint number 1. So this was pretty early on in the race. It was only like 1 kilometer in. So bada boom. Guess who takes the sprint? So I won the first sprint, 15.44 and 16.49 for little Benjamin Traviogli. And then we cruised for a while, so I have no idea where the next sprint is, but in the description you guys saw, if you read it, after the sprint we're supposed to get all kumbaya and like float back together, but no. Johan Jung and Tom Hayes, these guys are just going for it. I don't know where they're going or what they're doing, but I thought the premise of this was to just have like a nice chill coffee ride, and then with a few little peppy argy-bargy sprints thrown in. But apparently not. And then there's a couple more guys that are throwing out some watts, so I'm going to try and keep us a little bit together in this group here. yeah, I mean, I just assumed we were all going to come back together, especially 1 kilometer into the race. I figured, yeah, we got ways to go, but boom, here we go. Sprint number 2, bada boom, just like that. And this sprint was at 3.3 kilometers in, and winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, so I've won the first 2 sprints so far. Best time. And then these guys, I mean, they're up at 4 watts a kilo. That's not sprinting and recovering and joining back up. So they're making me throw down some watts. I'm at over 4 watts, 4.5. I definitely want to stay with a group. Why, I don't know. And I did notice down here on the bottom of the screen, there was a few times that this sprint icon came up and there was never a sprint. Like this one here, I think I went way more than 300 meters. There's no sprint at all, nowhere. And this thing stays on for a couple of kilometers. So there's definitely some glitches in the MyWhoosh. But overall, look at the graphics. You got mountains and you got snow, and then there's like video screens on this. Like there's so much stuff here. We got balloons flying. So the platform is so good on this. There's so much to see while you're racing. I mean, you got blimps up there, even just all these little banners, like all these details. You got banners on the sides of the road, and I'm sure there's some subliminal advertising in there, but I just kind of missed it. So that right there, that banner, that is not the finish of a race, or that is not a sprint segment again, even though we have this sprint segment starts in 300 meters. So this popped up twice during this race, that it told us there was a sprint coming, but then the sprint never came. And if you look up here at the map, I still struggle with this map, especially while I'm racing, I'm looking at it going, I mean, it is on my tablet. Maybe if I had like an 85-inch screen. All right, so here we go. This would be sprint number 3. End of the sprint, and bada boom. 3 for 3. Winner, 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 chicken, 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 dinner, dinner, dinner. So there we go. 3 out of 3 sprints. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel not great. Oh, I got the thumbs up from Dylan there. Thanks, Dylan. I appreciate that. So me and Dylan end up banging heads here for the next few sprints. So these guys, I'm just gonna let them go, because right now in my mind, I've won the first 3 sprints. I have no reason to like burn up extra matches, and I'm also hadn't ridden in a week, and I can tell you my legs are not feeling. They feel fresh, but everything else in my body is not ready for these kind of efforts. Here we go. We're just cruising along again in the snow, and I'm just waiting for the next sprint. I'm trying to recover, because I know I'm kind of hurting right now. And Dylan is just playing it chill. He doesn't. Here we go. Sprint. We started head to head. This one was super fun. And look at Dylan. He gets me. I'm number 2. Here he got me by 0.34 of a second. And then I gave him the thumbs up. I returned the favor. So yep. So now me and Dylan are cruising along here. And as far as I can tell, this whole event was supposed to be the best sprinter in the segment. It's kind of like a grand fondo. But when we get to the results, I don't know how these came up, but I think what I'm getting the gist of what's going to happen is however much you win the sprints by is going to come off your final time at the end of the race. I haven't confirmed that, but when you look at the results here, I'm pretty good at maths, is what they call them here. They call it math in the US, and they call it maths with an S here in Australia. So I feel like I'm pretty good at maths, and I really don't understand how they came up with the results of this race at the end. But here we go. Another sprint coming up in 300 meters. And I don't know what Super Peppy guy is doing over there, because we haven't even hit the sprint yet. So I'm looking for the banner, 300 meters. I see a banner way over there. Tick, 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 tick. Ticking down the meters. Still not seeing a sprint. I think this was the second fake one in this race, where it told us the sprint was coming up and the sprint never came up. And yeah, Dylan is just chilling behind me. Yep, that's the start-finish line right there. No sprint. Where it goes, nobody knows. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that, and I don't know why this glitch is in here. So anyways, that's 2 sprints that were supposed to have happened but did not happen. And if you look up here on the left top hand side of the screen, I believe these show, like, these are 200-meter segments on each one. I think if we do a 300 or a 400-meter segment, these little green lines will be a little bit longer. Or if you have varying sprints. All right, so here we go. Me and Dylan head to head. This is a tough one. Who's going to get it? Come on, Mike. Come on, come on. Ugh. Yeah. That was a good one. Yep. That was sweet. That hurt a lot, man. I put everything I had into that sprint. So now I have won 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 5 sprints. So I'm feeling pretty confident about no matter what happens. Because I see we're down to 3.9 kilometers at the end of this event. I won't even really call it a race. Then we had these guys come up from behind. So I'm still not sure what's going on. But I'm down here into 12th place on the road. And the leaderboard, we only have one guy up here, Dee Da. So I don't know. And his sprint times are really slow. So I'm not sure what the deal. I don't know why Dee Da is in the lead, because he's had the slowest sprints. Well, here we go. I popped on my face here just so you could see that I'm freaking dying. I'm freaking sweating. And here we go. I know there's going to be, I'm preparing for the finish. Here we go. Last sprint. This is all I got, man. Nothing. Yeah, I'm mad. Really mad because Dylan got me in that sprint. But I put everything I had into it. That's why I put my face on the screen, because I knew there was going to be like one more. And then right here, it shows at the bottom of the screen, we got one more sprint coming. And I'm like, oh man. So I'm actually like gritting my teeth. So never take a week off the bike and go into like full on 100% sprints. But here we go. It's still telling us a sprint in 300 meters, and I'm figuring maybe one last sprint for the finish of the race. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. We're just aimlessly riding our bike. I'm just trying to stay with this group because I don't want to ride in alone. So here we go. We got 1.1 kilometers to the end of the race. And still this snow mountain sprint thing icon is up down here. And we've gone way past 300 meters. We're like we've already got at least a kilometer since this has been on. So I guess there was 3 false alarms on the sprints. So Dylan jumps out here, 0.6, and I'm not super motivated to do anything because I feel like I've won almost all the sprints. See how this one's yellow? That tells us how long the next sprint is right there up here on the left-hand side of the screen. Well, here we go, and I'm not vested in this at all. Just like, I'm pretty cooked, pretty done. And that was the end of the race, but that wasn't even really a sprint. So here we go. If you check it out, I am in 6th place somehow. I don't know how that works. Plus, yeah, those are the gaps. So apparently the sprints didn't mean anything. Apparently this was just literally a race from point to point. And they just threw sprints in there for poops and giggles. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that was my MyWhoosh race yesterday. Super lot of fun. I'm going to do another one today. So hopefully you guys will come join me. We'll see you guys out on the road, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for commenting, and thanks for subscribing ahead of time. Bye-bye.